Hello and welcome to Cognitions, Speaking the Unspeakable with JP.
And Stacy D for the second time.
I am JP Craddock, and that is the one and only Stacy D Love. We are broadcasting here live. D, what is that? Turn that down, D.
I am turning it down. I have to look at when stuff come up on Facebook, so I have to have it ready.
All right, you can catch us here at KUAW Radio, also on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, your smart speakers. If you have any comments for the show, you can post them on Facebook. The D is going to be monitoring and making sure that we respond to those comments. Coming up on the show today, our question of the day is part 2 of what is a Proverbs
31 woman.
Yes. If you want to respond, call into the show. The number is 816-599-6893. But we will be getting to that question of the day after our check-in and mental health and illness in the news.
Hey, I just want to give some shout outs to, once again, I know we're not live. We're live now. To my bestie, Michelle Lee. I have my little brother on. He's listening, Joe Williams, the third. And we also always have Nadine on the line. So thank you guys for being live with us. What? Yeah, she's on here. Oh, well, you better not. It don't matter. She's going to go in there and look anyway. You're going to have to do it.
I got to do it.
It is what it is.
Let's do your check-in first, though, D. What's going on?
Hey, nothing. Life is good. Enjoying it. Trying to get this menu ready for Thanksgiving. Okay, so talking about Thanksgiving, why is these doggone turkeys so high?
How much are turkeys?
They're running like $40 and $50, and I'm not even talking about the butterball. I'm talking about Best Choice. Guess what? Stacy Head Clan. It might not be a turkey on the table today for Thanksgiving.
It has to be a turkey. It's not
Who
even.
Says it has to be a turkey? You can always bring in your own traditions. We're just ham and brisket. How about that?
No. Let me tell. Okay, Stacy D's kids. Don't y'all stand for that. Don't tolerate that mess, okay? It ain't Thanksgiving without the turkey. And that's the healthiest meat on Thanksgiving, the turkey. You can't not have the healthy meat.
Not the way I cook it. I don't
you
think
frying? You deep frying the turkey?
No, I don't deep fry it, but it got so much butter and beer all on it. And
she got a slippery drunk turkey. But
it be nice, moist, and delicious.
That's still the healthiest.
It probably
meat, though,
is. So why they so high?
Well, because it's probably because of the pandemic. There's a shortage of drivers.
I'm tired of everybody putting everything on the pandemic. We can't get a new car because of the pandemic. What else I can't get? It's just a whole lot of stuff I can't get done because of the pandemic.
There's a shortage of drivers. Everybody
they in the hospital with, on the air.
They in the hospital with COVID. They are not available to drive your turkeys around.
Well, we need more people. We need more people to get their CDL. I mean, this most definitely is a profession that is most definitely needed. And if you're jobless, go get that CDL. It take like 4 to 6 weeks. Go get it, and you can easily make $60,000 to over $100,000 a year. It most definitely is needed.
Clearly, we need some truckers.
Yes.
Okay, here's my check-in. Hopefully, my wife is gone back to work. Okay, I need this woman to go to work. Now, this is some wife foundness. I noticed that when I get a new car.
You got a new car?
No, I'm just saying when I get a new car, I'm still expected to park as close to the restaurant or wherever we going as possible. I'm squeezing in the spots, Ding City, okay?
Where's your handicap sticker?
One, I ain't handicapped.
You better go get a handicap sticker because I'm not being in Ding Central, especially when I bring out the 2-seater.
Ding Central. This woman, if I think about not parking
but why
close,
you don't just drop her off at the door?
Yes, I've done that, but when we come out,
Well, she just
then I have to go
stands at the door.
Here's the problem.
Picks me up.
Now she got a new car. We parking so far away from
What did
places.
she get?
We having to pack hiking gear to get to the restaurant now.
What did she get?
We having to make reservations
I'm keep
2 hours
asking
early.
you. What did you buy your wife?
I did not buy it. We can't say the name of the car on the show.
We can't.
No,
Okay, is it a
nobody saying names
crossover or a
of cars.
car?
It's a SUV.
The same one she had. You just upgraded.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Not taking no more L's.
The point is,
And FYI, you guys, he is making the payment. We talked a couple of weeks ago about the man paying those house notes, car insurance.
no, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't. Mm-mm.
You make the most money.
Okay. Here's how we do it.
Oh Lord.
No, my wife makes a good living.
Oh, I know she do.
She doesn't need me to make her car payment. We divide
But
these things up. So yeah, I cover all the auto insurance. She covers the health insurance. We got us a system. We good. The problem is I'm having to pack hiking gear to make it into restaurants because we park in 3 parking lots away because better not nobody ding her car. But they can ding mine.
Well, if anybody do not know Nadine, Nadine is something else. Because if they do ding her car, she gonna get out like, what the hell are y'all doing? It's not gonna be nothing
situation.
nice.
It'll be a situation. Okay,
Congratulations, Nadine, on a new ride.
Well, okay, can you ask her to let me park my car so it don't get dinged?
Get some handicap placards.
Okay, because my car ain't no like cheap hoopty. I deserve to not get dinged too.
We know.
Okay. Mental health and illness in the news.
Here we go.
I'm going to talk about, and I know that everybody has thoughts on this. First, the Ahmaud Arbery murder trial is on. Okay. Now, a couple of interesting things. One of the defendants had a Confederate flag on the front of his truck that his attorneys somehow were requesting that this not be visible. They didn't want the jury to see the Confederate flag. And because I have a neighbor who has a huge Confederate flag, okay? And you know I live in the hood. But this fool,
In the hood, but not really the hood. You know, you live where there are $1 million
surrounded
houses.
by the hood. Okay. It's surrounded. Okay, hold up.
Now I know where you live at, right? Okay.
Hold up,
He
D.
lives like, it's really like Chicago. Because, you know, in Chicago, you can be right here at a mansion and then go across the street and there go the projects.
That's, yes.
Yeah, that's really where it is. Yeah.
Okay, isn't that still considered
Yeah.
the hood, though? If it's surrounded by the hood.
It don't make your property taxes
I
go
live-
down.
The taxes are ridiculous.
Yes.
One of my neighbors, my neighborhood is very odd. I live in a part of the city that is historically has been
Yes,
predominantly African American, but in my particular neighborhood little subdivision, it has historically always been white, and blacks at one point were not even allowed to live in this neighborhood despite the fact that it's surrounded
By the hood.
Yes. And so to this day, there's still only, let me see, me and there's only about 3. Shanita's up the street. There's
Yeah.
only about 3 black families in this neighborhood. Okay. And so one of my neighbors, even though he is a few blocks off from like a drive-by shooter, if they see that Confederate flag, he flies it, and it's huge. My thing is, don't be proud to fly your Confederate flag until after you have killed a black man jogging down the street, and then all of a sudden I don't want to show my Confederate flag. No, show your flag.
Be proud with it all the time.
Let the jury see your Confederate flag.
see exactly who you are.
So the judge was like, hell no, we're showing it. Here's the other thing.
That was
Grandpa Killer, which is Greg McMichael, made the statement that although his son shot Ahmaud Arbery, quote, if I could have gotten a shot at the guy, I'd have shot him myself. There's your premeditation right there. Okay, they're trying to claim self-defense. What, self-defense? No, they're claiming they were trying to do a citizen's arrest. Okay, I was not surprised to hear that this man is a former police officer. I was unaware of that. So apparently he's still in police officer mode when he's seen a black man, and immediately went into his whole police officer mode. He also worked in the DA's office for about 20 years.
Which is really scary.
Well, and it's interesting. He's a former police officer. He worked in the DA's office for 20 years, and he was presenting that to the arresting police officers. They actually didn't even arrest him or put him in handcuffs. Okay, they talked very kindly and gingerly to them while
yeah, most definitely.
while a dead man was lying in the street like 20 feet away. And it's interesting that he's noted to the police officers that he was one of them, but he somehow is excusing what he did and presenting as if it was legal for him and his son and his neighbor to chase down. They described hunting. They were basically hunting a human being as if he was some type of vicious animal, a wild animal, and even went so far as to say, quote, that they had him cornered. He was cornered like a rat. End of quote. Now this is a former police officer who knows the law.
His law.
They chased this man down. They were heading him off, like using their vehicles to head him off. At the very minimum, it was gonna be false imprisonment. But when he made that statement, well, my son shot him, but if I could have got a chance to shoot him, I would have shot him. That's the premeditation. I think they're gonna get convicted. Now, the other case that's going on right now, which is the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. This is the 18-year-old. He was 17 at the time. This degenerate shot and killed 2 people and injured a third. Okay, there was a riot going on in Kenosha, Wisconsin. That followed the shooting of Jacob Blake, a 29-year-old black man who was shot 7 times in the back by a white police officer in front of his children.
In front of his children. Which now the children are going to have PTSD. Absolutely.
Absolutely. The kids are going to have PTSD. Okay. And so he did not kill him, but he was left partially paralyzed. The shooting took place on the 23rd. Kyle Rittenhouse watched it on the news on the 24th and then went out of his way to involve himself in it and showed up at the riots on the 25th ready to kill. This is a fool who called businesses to ask them if they needed his protection. There was a curfew in place. He went around whatever barricades the city had up. He did everything that he could do to get to this riot. Right? Now, he went there actively seeking out, had his guns and all these other things, protecting property that he does not own. His explanation in his mind, his explanation for breaking the curfew and going around the barriers and all these different things was, quote, hundreds, if not thousands of other people there that night also got the same message about the curfew. So his position is, well, yeah, there was a curfew and I broke the curfew, but everybody else broke the curfew, so that makes it okay. He's claiming self-defense, okay, because they were coming at him at the time that he shot them. I struggled with commentators, even black commentators on CNN, who fell for this. He went into this almost like a hyperventilation crying while he was on the stand testifying for himself. This fool, it was quite a display. The problem is not a single tear came out his eyes. Now he's
not too good because I can cry at the drop of a hat.
Well, because you got a little actress in you. Yes, he's not a good actor. He's crying uncontrollably, and the tremors and everything,
but no tears.
And it immediately shut off when the judge said, "This time to go to lunch. Time to go to lunch." The problem is, I believe according to the law, he might get off because according to the law does not start at the beginning. It doesn't start with, hey, you went out of your way to involve yourself in something and you
had nothing to do with
it. It had nothing to do with you. As a result of you leaving your house, violating the curfew, going around barricades and everything, you ended up killing someone. But the law does not start with that. According to the law, you can leave your house and seek out drama. But when you get to the drama, if someone is charging you because you standing there holding a gun, then you can kill them and it's self-defense. This fool might actually get off. So hopefully...
And what do you think is going to happen in that city?
Oh, they're going to have another riot. They're most likely going to have another riot. It just baffles me that there's no accountability for the fact that he went out of his way. So here's the bottom line. He's white, male, pretty, baby-faced, acting innocent and ignorant, acting like he doesn't know anything about guns. He doesn't know anything about ammo. And then he did the fake hyperventilating, I'm crying so terribly on the stand. All of that, he's going to probably get off.
I agree.
And it's ridiculous. Okay, so that's mental health and illness, especially in the news. Proverbs 31. D, are we ready?
We are ready. After I got calmed down from all those.
Yeah, it was bad news.
Yeah, I'll and everybody understand my stand on a lot of things. I always look real deep into it, but these two situations, I have to agree with my counterpart here. I'm just really sickened by it, and I'm getting really tired of it. They're gonna make me go into politics.
Ooh, D. I like the idea of Stacy D.
You know, my mom was an alderman. I'm really, that's a social work thing anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just really getting tired of it.
We need to discuss you going into politics.
That's right.
I'm gonna come up with a plan.
Come up with a plan because I'm like really getting tired. I'm just going to really start
making a difference on a macro level. That's what social work says about politics.
Yes, most definitely.
Impacting society on a macro level. You can do it.
I'm really getting sick and tired of it. And then the other part of it is I'm looking at my grandchildren. You know, I have 3 grandsons. And how is it going to really impact them? You know, right now I have them on a good level because they do not act like the average black child because of where they have went to school at, and you know, they really don't see the Colin Kaepernick. Have you watched that yet?
I haven't watched it yet. It's on Netflix.
Netflix, yeah. It was like really, I'm like, wow, this is almost how I have done my grandsons, and they really do not understand the whole thing about being treated differently, and now they really don't because now they're in private school. So I think I'm gonna do something different.
Because you touching on something without going into it, we probably need to do a show on that. Because we kind of talked about the kids and the world that we have them growing up in as a result of us being able to provide them with a different lifestyle.
Most definitely.
But there are some other sides to that, you know, growing up in predominantly white neighborhoods and going to predominantly white schools, and yes. So I'm gonna check out that Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah,
and
you need to
talk about that.
really check that one out. It was really eye opening. I think I watched it 2 nights ago, and it made me look at things a little differently. Even though I do have them in extracurricular activities in the inner city, but I don't think we're doing enough to teach them. You know, we want to take them away from it,
away from the violence.
away from the violence,
away from the lackings in some
yes,
of the inner city
yes,
schools.
most definitely.
Not away from their people.
Yeah, not away from their. Well, hell,
Right.
Sometimes I do want to take them from their peoples.
Well, the ones that are violent.
Yes, the bad influences.
Yes.
But I don't know. I'm just really thinking about, you know, what could I do differently? And I'm most definitely thinking about the schools in the inner city. I'm just like, especially by me being a principal, how much they're really lacking on things, how they're not getting things that they need. I mean, just like, you know, we were in a drama club. Oh my God, that was so refreshing. They don't even have the home ec classes, the welding classes.
No.
Like my first love was I wanted to be an air traffic controller because I was in air age. Even though I flunked the hearing class and everything, but I was on my way there if I could hear good. But you know, but that was open the door for me for something different. They don't even have those in high school. It just really, you know. Anyway, Proverbs 31 woman. Okay, we did not finish this last week. We went through a lot of things. Like I said, I hit on quite a few things on a Proverbs 31 woman. I hit 14 real key areas that I want to talk about. Virtue, faithfulness, and reverence. I'm sorry. I also hit on strength and endurance. Also about being a well-rounded woman, charitable, and also as a woman being a provider. And a lot of people were like, Stacy, you talking about a woman provide? Yes. And I'm not talking about financially.
Do you provide?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I provide for my husband, or my significant other, or even my community. Provider with just strength and clarity and emotions and things of that nature. Financial is the smallest part of it. If they're not, once again, go back to being the well-rounded lady, you know. So I think we ended on well-dressed. When it went to Proverbs 31:22, she makes her own bedspreads. She dresses in a fine linen and purple gowns. And we all know that purple means royalty. And being dressed means inner and outer. Inner and outer. We hit about that, about the bonnets, where Monique was so upset and everybody was ragging on her. You know, I was so funny. I went to court with my brother last Friday. And I really started chuckling because I seen this young lady
With a bonnet.
a Louis Vuitton bonnet. And I knew Louis Vuitton did not make no bonnet because I'm on my phone talking about Louis Vuitton bonnet. Nothing came up. So it wasn't even a real Louis Vuitton. But she had on a Louis Vuitton bonnet. And I have to really learn how to take pictures, and people don't know I'm taking pictures. My
Did
one
you get
friend,
a picture of that?
no, because I didn't want to be like, can you pose? But my one friend Gucci, he was like, D, I'm about to teach you how to do that because it's an art to it. Like you just, you know, put your phone up.
Sneak a picture.
Yeah, and I'm not good with that because I'm not a sneaky type of person, but I'm going to have to do that. But yeah, she had on a Louis Vuitton bonnet and was dressed really nice.
I think she was probably trying to make a statement.
What was the
Because
statement?
She probably heard about the whole Monique thing and cancel culture going after Monique. And so a Louis Vuitton bonnet would be her way of saying, okay, don't look at me wearing my bonnet as if I'm like some, you know, street chick. Like, this is an expensive bonnet, which makes it a fashion statement as opposed to if I came out with the big pink rollers in my head and my slippers
Negative.
on.
There's no such thing as a Louis Vuitton bonnet.
Right, that's the problem. It was fake.
It was an imposter.
Yeah. It was fake.
No such thing as a Louis Vuitton bonnet.
So
but yeah,
she was trying to make a statement without realizing that the only people who would really notice the whole bonnet thing would be women, and women are going to look it up because they're like, why have I never seen a Louis Vuitton bonnet? So a woman can't fool other women with a fake Louis bonnet.
Not
But
at all.
I do think she was trying to make a statement. It just didn't work.
It didn't. It just didn't.
Because the body was fake.
It just didn't. And we also hit back on being well dressed as, like I said, whenever you go outside the home, you should always look presentable because you're a representation of yourself, number one, and number two, of your husband or your significant other.
And your kids. Stop embarrassing your kids, okay? Parents that want to show up at the school with their slipper, they fake Louis Vuitton bonnet on, and a house dress. This is not appropriate.
It's not. That was even on something one time about the teacher wouldn't let the parent come in. The principal wouldn't let the parent come in because she had a bonnet on and slippers, and said this was not appropriate attire.
Yes, you don't get to embarrass your kid because you just rolled out of bed and decided to roll up into the school. That's not okay. Okay, go ahead, D.
Okay, so my eighth one I want to hit is from Proverbs 31:23. Her husband is well known at the city gates, where he sits with the other civic leaders. What that means is a Proverbs 31 woman always carry herself with dignity and pride, that she does not embarrass her husband. Like when the other men look at her husband, they put her on a pedestal, that she is that woman. So therefore you have to always be mindful of how you act in public, because once again it is a reflection on your husband and family.
Okay.
And a woman that do not have herself on that standards, they're gonna look at her husband like, you ain't got your woman in check. She's out here just wilding out.
Right.
You have no control in your home. So therefore another man can respect. He's at the table with the most respect, because it look like he most definitely takes care of his home. Everything in his home is in order because he has that Proverbs 31 wife.
And that does apply when you think about modern day politics, and you look at politicians, male politicians, their spouses are very well kept. Even like first ladies, when a man becomes president, there's a lot of attention to every detail and aspect of
Everything.
how that first lady dresses,
her
what
hair, everything.
And it sounds superficial to some people, but when you think about it, we do make a statement with our attire. We make a statement with our clothes. And so, if you, like we talked about, rolling up into the school looking like you just rolled out of bed, or rolling up at your husband's job, you surprising him with lunch, but you showing up with your slippers and your Louis bonnet on, that might not be a good thing. That's going to be embarrassing.
It's going to be embarrassing, most definitely.
So look good, ladies. Look good. But the men need to look good, too.
They do. They do. And a Proverbs 31 wife is going to make sure her husband look good, because she's going to wash those clothes. She's going to iron those clothes and put them on a hanger and be ready for him to put them on.
Oh, wow.
Most definitely.
My wife just turned the show off.
Nadine, turn it back on.
She just turned the show off. Okay,
That's
go
so
ahead,
funny.
D.
Okay, the ninth characteristic is honorable. And this comes from Proverbs 31:25. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. This is one of my favorite verses in the Bible, because it really encompasses what a Proverbs 31 woman is. She is an honorable woman who is strong, yet filled with grace. She does not spend time worrying about what the future will hold, but what embraces, come to me. I got it. That's a strong woman.
Okay.
I'm not worried about what the future have in store for me, because I'm ready for it. You ain't got to get ready. I stay ready. Stay ready. That's one of my favorite ones, though. I ain't got to get ready. I stay ready. Y'all hear me? I say that all the time.
And you say that all the time.
I say that all the time.
She quick to say, I stay ready.
I stay ready.
D, you ready? I stay ready.
The 10th characteristic is wisdom, wise. Listen to this one, you guys. This is Proverbs 31:26. When she speaks, her words are wise. A Proverbs 31 woman is patient with others and treat them with kindness and respect. She does not speak to be heard, but rather to share the wisdom that the Lord has given her.
Okay.
I'm just not going to talk to be talking, but when I say something, what I'm saying is the truth.
And it's right with the Lord.
And it's right. And it's going to be right with the Lord, exactly.
Right.
Just not just sitting up talking.
Sitting up in the church gossiping.
Gossiping, yeah, exactly.
All that messy business that happens in so many churches.
In so many churches. It happens in all churches. I'm here to say in all churches. But it takes a woman to be like, oh, I don't want to hear that, and just go on by your business. I mean, that's one of the things that I do in churches. When the word is over with, bye. Have a blessed week, and I'm out the door. I'm literally one of the first people out. And even when we have church meetings, I'll say what I'm going to say. I'll stand up, say what I'm saying, and everyone's quiet. Because they know what Stacy about to say is going to be some truth to it.
There you go.
Okay. And the 11th characteristic is just being kind. And this has come from the 26th verse. And she gives instructions with kindness. Kindness. A woman is patient.
Please be patient, ladies. Be patient.
I'm sorry, you guys. I already said kind.
Be kind and patient. Okay.
The next, number 12, is to be a good mother. And that is the 27th verse. She carefully watches over everything in her household and suffers nothing from laziness. So she takes care of all of her children and teaches them the right way of how to grow up to be. Number 13, praiseworthy, attains and excels. Her children stands and bless her. Her husband praise her. There are many virtuous and capable women in the world, but you surpass all of them. This is not to say that we should want to be a Proverbs 31 woman so that we can gain the praise of others. However, the virtues of a Proverbs 31 woman make her stand out from the crowd and showcase her love for the Lord. You get it? What I just say?
Stand out from the crowd and showcase her love for the Lord. That's good.
Yeah, she is that woman.
This, in hearing you read that, even for women who do not, who are not Christian, do not worship or have, any type of faith, this is also about building self-esteem and self-worth, because
integrity.
Yes, that is important. And I kind of like that a lot of what is involved or expected in being a Proverbs 31 woman, it will elevate a person's self-esteem and their self-worth.
Exactly.
So
and mind you, these are the characteristics that this mother told her son what he needs to look for in a wife. So this is even before you become the wife. You should already have these in you.
Well, and raising our daughters to embody these things. Okay, so this is good.
Yeah. And the last one is the fear of God. And this is from the 30th verse.
The Lord.
Charm is deceptive, and beauty does not last. But a woman who fears the Lord will be greatly praised.
Okay. Fear the Lord.
Did you understand that? Charm is deceitful, and beauty does not last.
Beauty
but a
definitely
woman
does not
who
last.
fears the Lord will be greatly praised. A Proverbs 31 woman does not place her value in her beauty and her appearance. That's not her value.
Well, because beauty fades. So you have to have some substance.
Substance.
Beneath the surface.
Exactly. And she places in the Lord. This is the phrase one of the hardest. This is the phrase one of the hardest part about being a Proverbs 31 woman in these days and ages, where society seems to revolve around creating a perfect image of ourselves. However, this verse reminds us that a woman who puts her value in Christ will be celebrated for it. Unfortunately, you can't just flip the switch on and off on these characteristics. It is not something that you can do on your own. This does not mean, though I am being a Proverbs 31 is unattainable. It takes dedication to the Lord and the desires to live a godly life. Some of these characteristics are already part of you. Who are you? But like I said, you still need God's help. Pray about your weaknesses and ask God to help you in the areas where you struggle. A Proverbs 31 woman isn't perfect, but she has a perfect God whose unfailing love gives her the strength to share his grace and mercies in the world. Amen.
Love gives her the strength to share his grace and mercies in the world.
In the world.
All right. Proverbs 31. Covered it. Okay. So for our listeners out there, since we started the show, Stacy D will reference Proverbs 31 woman. Proverbs
all
31
the time.
woman. And I did not know the depth at which it goes in outlining what that truly means. I made the mistake of thinking that it was more along the line of put your man on a pedestal and some kind of old-fashioned, maybe outdated approaches on gender roles and a woman's role, but it's a lot more.
It's really
the
deep.
bulk of it is about
self.
just self and carrying yourself. Now, here's the thing. This outlines a lot of what a woman should strive to be.
Yes, it is.
Where in the Bible is the outlining for what that man who is looking for that woman, what he should be? Because you have to be deserved of a woman of that caliber. You have to be carrying yourself in a way. You can't have your Proverbs 31 woman come along and you a hot mess.
Exactly. A lot of that is in the book of Ruth, because we're talking about Ruth and Boaz. Not Bobo, but Boaz.
Okay.
That's my husband. Boaz, where are you at? Where are you, Boaz? Looking for you.
Are you going to cover that?
I think you're the man. You should cover it.
Okay.
Call Stephanie. She's gonna help you with it. But it's most definitely it's most definitely in the book of book of Ruth, and it's about Ruth and Boaz. We're always looking for our Boaz, but you have to be Ruth, which is part of this Proverbs 31 woman.
All right.
She washed her hair. She washed his feet with her hair.
I need to go home and get my feet washed today. My wife got so much hair, she been cleaned all up between my toes.
You guys, y'all see my lemonade braids? This is how long his wife's hair is. Natural.
Let me tell you.
No weave, okay?
If she turned it back on after turning it off, after I talked about her making me walk across 3 parking lots to get into a restaurant. Honey, I need my feet washed with your hair today, all between my toes. Guess what will never happen? That
will never happen. It's a negative.
It's not gonna happen. Okay, Stacy D.
Yes, sir.
I have a bonus segment for today.
Oh my goodness, and we have time.
We have time for a bonus segment.
Bing, 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 bing. Bonus
Bonus
round.
segment. What would you do? Let's find out what the D would do. What the D?
Hold a minute. We already on probation.
Wait. Oh, we okay. No, I have not mentioned
Is this PG-13?
COVID since we got in trouble. Okay, look, if you got COVID, we not talking about it.
Well, no.
Because they're gonna shut down the show.
We're not saying anything about COVID.
Okay, what would you do? Okay, you ready for the first one? Let's see what the D would do. Okay, this might get good. Okay. You have heard from someone who knows someone that has reportedly had sexual relations with your good friend's spouse. What?
Turn that down, Mr. Walker. Didn't I
Mr.
tell you
Walker?
about good health
What
is hard
the
to
damn
find?
hell?
He had to say that again. What would I do?
Mr. Walker.
That was my bad.
Okay.
help?
Now listen to the details. Okay.
It's more?
No. But I want you to be, because it's a little bit of a tricky question, because this isn't that you saw your friend's spouse with another woman. Someone,
Because that didn't happen. I done seen.
right. Someone told you that, we ignore Mr. Walker right now.
Okay.
Someone told you that your good friend's spouse, they know someone that person has been having sexual relations with. Stacy D, what would you do?
Did you take a picture?
Oh, so you'd want the evidence.
I would have to have the evidence.
And then you would show your friend the
no,
evidence.
I wouldn't go to my friend. I'm not going to hurt my friend.
So you would not tell your friend?
No, I did not say I wouldn't tell my. No, I wouldn't tell my friend. But you know, I'm old school, and I was brought up a different type of way. Because this have happened before. I'm gonna go to old boys on his job. Because if it's my good friend, that means I'm already good friend with the spouse.
Okay.
Because that's the type of relation. That's how I roll.
Right.
I probably have his telephone number, but I'm gonna go to him face to face and be like, "Boo boo."
Word on the streets.
Word on the street, and you need to clear it up. I'm not gonna say nothing because she's gonna call me and tell me about it, and she and I are gonna discuss it. But I'm gonna go to him first because he needs to go to his wife and let his wife know that it's on the streets, so it can easily come to her. But I'm not gonna hurt my friend. I'm not going to hurt my friend. That is.
But
really
you're not
hurtful.
hurting her. He
But
is.
He is. But I'm gonna hurt
You're
her
a
by
messenger.
but I'm gonna hurt her, and I don't want to see that hurt. I don't mind her coming back with that hurt to me, and I'll talk it over with her, and we'll try to muscle through it. But I don't want to tell her that.
See, if I was in that situation, I would be more hurt if my friend didn't come and tell me. Don't let me find out on the streets
No, he's
that
gonna
my
tell
wife
you.
is washing somebody else's feet with her hair.
With her hair. No, he's gonna go and tell her. He's gonna go and tell her because I'm gonna come to him
And make him and give him a
he's gonna-
deadline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
That's
gonna
good.
tell her.
Okay.
Because all of my friends, hey, how you doing? But all of my friends, spouses know how I am, so they know if I'm coming to you, it's about to get real. So let me go on and,
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. You ready for the next one, D?
Oh Lord, it's another one. Okay, come
There's
on.
another one. You are a healthcare professional who is pretty sure that your good friend and colleague, this is a friend and colleague, which we have worked with some folks that we're friends with, is high on the job or intoxicated with booze, something. They drunk, they high, something. What would you do?
Why you all up in my business? Okay, so this is what I did. I literally went to her.
This
Yeah,
Did this happen?
yeah, this literally really did happen.
Oh, okay. Let's get
And
to
I
it.
went to her and I took off the gloves and because I believe in doing these type of things face to face. Just like I rolled up on my best friend's spouse face to face.
D, you have done all these things.
Yeah.
This is.
I'm a well-rounded woman. I am that Proverbs 31 woman, remember? And
your people are wild. That's what it
people
is.
are wild. And I just was telling her, go to her face to face about, this is not healthy. This is not good. And you're messing up your livelihood. D is really big on livelihoods. This is your livelihood, and what do you want to do? However you want to do it, I'm right there. I'm gonna hold your hand, dog. We're gonna work through this. I'm your girl. We're gonna work through this. I'm sorry, y'all. We're gonna work through this. I got you.
This is hitting a little close to home.
Yeah, D. Yeah, D.
Okay. I would handle it pretty much the same way, is talking to my friend and saying, listen, if I can tell that you tipsy, your supervisor can probably tell that you tipsy, and your clients can tell that you're tipsy. So you might want to clean this up. You might want to figure out what you need to do. I have had clients in therapy who struggle with addictions and who worked in hospitals, worked in healthcare. And so in those situations, this becomes a lot stickier, because I'm thinking in terms of, okay, could other people's lives or other people's healthcare be in danger because this nurse is showing up to do their job intoxicated,
and she's not at 100.
or this doctor is showing up to do their job
and
intoxicated.
They're not at 100. And what about the drive-in?
Exactly. And so this is something that definitely absolutely happens. People,
every day.
People who struggle. You have your functional addicts who will make it through the work day and then, start drinking or getting high after work. But then you have those who, they may start in that place, but as time goes by and the addiction continues, it begins to seep into the workplace. This is when folks' coffee have a little bit of vodka in it, because you can't smell vodka. Okay. And you wondering why they drink so much damn coffee all of a sudden. You sure drinking a lot of coffee. What's going on?
I'm just trying to stay up.
Right. And they are trying to stay up.
You are trying to stay up.
Okay, so let's talk about this as chemicals. If a person is, let's say, addicted to alcohol, which as a chemical is a depressant, and so putting the alcohol in the coffee, which has the caffeine, which is a stimulant, will help a fool stay up. Now, I'm not giving be drunk at work tips right now. That is not the purpose of this conversation, but just explaining that this is how this can look. If it's your friend and you want what's best for them, you want them to not put their whole career in jeopardy.
Yes.
Because a lot of times this isn't about losing a job. You will lose if a person works in healthcare and other professions that, have codes of ethics and licensure and all these different things. A person can not only get fired from the job, but can get their license revoked and lose their entire career.
With over $200,000 worth of student loans.
Right. And so nobody wants to have these conversations. It's difficult to have these, unpleasant conversations with your friends, but you have to think about what's in their best interest. Okay. I think we're good for today. Stacy D, are we good for today?
Yeah, you done made me cry and everything. Yes.
I know. And you know what? This was supposed to be fun, D.
It was.
But your people, I didn't know your people.
I love my people.
It hit a little close to home.
Nerve.
Well, we love our people.
And I'm not really emotional, but I think I'm beginning to come in emotional.
You ain't emotional.
Huh?
You are kind of sensitive, though. Dude.
Am I sensitive?
I was telling my wife this because she just noticed Stacy D, who's hardcore, the rough, tough D.
I know.
D beat him down, pick him back up, and beat him back
beat him down some more.
Right. I said, no, she's sensitive.
My friend, he's told me I'm a little boy. He's like, I can't say you're a man because you're a woman, so you'll never be a man. But you got a little boy in you.
You'll beat the brakes off a man.
Yeah, well, I'll try.
I was telling, this makes me think about my sister, who's somewhere
Exactly.
punching somebody in the face right now as we speak. But I was telling Nadine, I said the D is so sweet. Like, she has her hard outer shell, but up under that shell, you a little bit of a sweetie, D. You kind of soft, D.
am I?
You a
I know, and
soft
I'm
D.
getting,
You got a
the
good
older
heart.
I get, the worse I'm getting, man.
D
I
sit up
just
here
want
crying
to be
on
loved.
the radio.
I know.
Okay, you through crying because we need to
Yeah,
wrap this
I'm
show
done
up.
crying.
Okay, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining us today. And remember, worry about nothing.
And pray about everything.
Thank you and God bless.
Bye-bye now.